top corner and a drill with the left foot. Phenomenal.
Those moments have been a little bit less often for him this season because it has, of course, been interrupted by injury. But when he's playing like that, Joel, there's nobody better to watch, is there, in the Premier League?
He stands shoulder to shoulder with any midfielder that's played in the Premier League. He's such a talented boy. But you're always, at every stage of your career, you've always something to prove. You know, when you're young, you're trying to prove it, and when you're old, you're trying to prove you can still do it. It's just the nature of the beast.
I agree. I think you talk about any of the players who played midfield. We talk about Vieira, Keane, Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. This man. Here we're just talking about you in the greats of the
Kevin.
Premier League era.
Good
in your
to see
position.
you.
Where'd you put yourself?
I have to put myself number one. No.
Straight in, Rio. You are on 100 goals now for Man City, as well as 250th Premier League appearance for them. How do you assess your own performance out there today, Kevin?
Well, I think it was good. You know, it's a very untypical season. You know, after being out for 6 months and then coming back, and sometimes I feel good, and sometimes I need a little bit of time for my body. But I've tried to prepare myself the best as possible. It's something that never happened in my life, and you know, I just tried to do the job as good as possible. And yeah, today it went really well.
Do you? We were talking before. It's a wonderful goal, by the way. You can talk us through it in a minute. But Phil Foden scores a hat-trick in midweek. He comes out of the team. You come in. There's talk about should Phil come out? Yes, you should come in, but can you play together? Do you feel any type of pressure coming in to deliver when that happens?
Yeah, I do, but because these guys keep me on my toes. You know, I don't expect to be just given my place, you know, and obviously I know sometimes it's hard and people talk about longevity, but you know, if I don't perform well, I won't play. And you know, Phil has been amazing this season, so he deserves, but then keeps me on my toes to give me that little push maybe.
How do you think you can both play in the same team to get the very best out of both of you? Because Pep was saying before the match that that's something he thinks about a lot.
Centrally.
I think it's possible. You know, when I started in 17-18 or even 16-17 with David, I think nobody thought it was possible, but we managed this in a way. And you know, I think David was a little bit older player and I was more of the runner, and maybe it's going to be a little bit vice versa. But you know, I don't see why not. I don't think we've done it that much, but if I can do it with Julian, who's maybe more of a typical striker, I guess I could do it also with Phil.
So many great seasons in the Premier League. As the years are going by, do you still, when you look at players like Phil and the younger players, are you taking that responsibility to help them and nurture them and making sure that the next generation is just as successful as yours?
I just try to be more of an example of the way I am on the pitch. You know, I'm not really the person who gonna tell somebody how to live their life or something, because that's a very personal thing, but I try to give my best from day one. And I've been with Phil for about 7 years, so I don't really feel he's a youngster anymore. He's like an established superstar in our team, so you know, he's been here that long and he's just amazing.
Do you look at the table now? Obviously you guys have put down what you've put down today. You've got the early kickoff. Do you like being the early kickoff so you can get a result and sit back, feet up, cup of tea?
Now that we won, I like it, but I don't like the early kickoff, to be honest. I don't know how to really assess it. I think the only thing we can really do is try to play as good as possible and get as many points. And obviously now we can just look at the games and see how they do. But we've got another game on Tuesday, so
small game.
Yeah, small game, and so we basically just have to go home as quick as possible, have a little rest, and get ready for that.
Looking ahead to the Champions League as well, do you think you'd get more satisfaction as a player to win that 4th straight Premier League title, which has never been done before, or finish with the double treble?
He wants it all, Linz. He wants it all, of course.
I don't really know. It's hard to choose. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Champions League, because it's hard to say, you know. But I'll take any. Not gonna
bored of the Premier League.
No, I'm not bored of the Premier League. If we were bored, we wouldn't push like today. So no, we'll see.
As Joe said, it's all still possible after another win today. Kevin, thanks for coming out to talk to us. Congratulations on your 100th City goal as well. Well done. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, should we have a look at goal number 100? Because that was a sweet one as well, Rio.
Yeah, it was, and that's what I like about him. He's got so many different clubs in his bag. He can curl it like the first one. This one's just about sheer power and precision. Jack Grealish, who I thought second half was brilliant, bringing other people into play, changing the rhythm of the game. But that strike is an arrow into the bottom corner of his left foot.
Yeah, the quality it takes to hit it, coming across with your weak foot, coming across, and he has a little stride in there, and then slows himself down, the decision, and then just the straight leg just to put it in like that. That just with a tad of violence there. Just, it's beautiful. I mean, he is the godfather of attacking midfielders in world football. I still think he's the best of the bunch.
Where do you put him? If, say, for instance, Frank Lampard was what you played with him a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
Goal scoring and creating goals. Where would you say he would sit alongside someone like him?
I think he sits above everyone, Ree. I really do, and I include Frank and Scholesy and Stevie and everyone. I think he's moving up, and they are great players of their time. And it's always difficult to compare through eras because the rules changed, the pitches changed, the ball changed, the training methods, everything changes. But he's certainly the best at this era, and I just outstanding.
Joe's just fell off of Frank Lampard's Christmas card.
You're off the list. And he said as well that Phil Foden is keeping him on his toes. He certainly delivered today for Manchester.